I will tell you too that this might we might have to cut it a little bit shorter on this one because I'm driving in an area where eventually we will cut out. I will lose all fucking service. So we'll go as long as we can. Okay. And then we can come back and touch it up tomorrow or something if you want, or later or something. But just to end it properly. But all right, here we go. Welcome to Long Lost Brothers, the podcast devoted to talking shit
and self-improvement.
That's right. My name is Brett Scott.
And I'm Jesse Cole.
And we are the Long Lost Brothers.
Long Lost Brothers. Indeed.
Dude,
we left you guys for too long.
Oh my God, February. We were just talking about it. We started the podcast and realized we weren't recording, but we were just talking about how long it's been. It's been since like February since we recorded an episode. We've never, ever gone this long without recording. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, in February, I had been going through a lot of shit. My mom had just passed, and then
yes.
I was just pretty much going nuts at the gym. I mean, and that's still going, but yeah. And you like twice now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I had my meet. I got a 1,400 total. Came in on weight perfectly. I deadlifted 573. That was badass. Squatted 502 and benched, I think, 330, 335, something like that.
Are these all PR?
The deadlift was by a lot. I beat it now by 2 pounds. But yeah, and in the gym. And then in the gym I also squatted 515. And then now I'm benching like 350 right now, so. And okay. Yeah, so I'm trying to get a nice little total together for December.
So you got another meet coming up in December then.
Yeah, I'm training for that, and then I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose like 20 pounds and just kind of slim up.
I was gonna say what happened because I thought after the last meet you were gonna like go, all right, we're good now. We're gonna slim down. We're gonna get ripped.
It went so well. I just was like, oh man, there's more in there.
I want to keep it going.
But yeah. I did take a break from like squats and deadlifts because after that, I was kind of coping with my mom's death with kind of just beating my ass in the gym every day.
Yeah.
And towards the end, close to the meet, and for a little while after the meet, my knees were pretty fucking shot. A lot of like super tightness on my hamstring. I could barely like put on my pants and shoes some mornings after a squat. It was like kind of a circus act, so I had to chill a little bit. I mean, I was still in the gym quite a bit, but I had to take a little, not like a hiatus, but just not do like heavy squats, heavy bench press, all repeat on repeat. So, still having fun, still doing the thing. I did deadlift 575. I want to get a 600-pound deadlift.
Well, yeah. It sounds like even with that time off, you still are making serious progress because now you're moving even more weight than before.
Yeah, it was needed because my body just like, all right, bro, that's enough of that. And then we ended up doing a bunch of like physical labor, like demoing our building. Like the inside of it, and so I was kind of not forced into it, but that kind of helped me take a break. And then then you moved. I did move. That was a fucking pain in the ass, bro.
You moved because I can tell by the terrible, terrible fucking lighting in the background.
Yeah, I know. And then this is like I barely set up the podcast studio like not even an hour ago. It's like, all right,
I'm
for all
fucking
my shit.
I
Fucking
don't give a shit about lighting. Look, look at me. This is like
my backyard though. You can kind of see it over my shoulder. It's sick.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, we got like a hella like stamp patio and barbecues, and it's a nice vegetable garden. Um, it's nice. It's like a covered porch, so you can still barbecue when it rains. And
Okay.
Kimmy's got like the Blackstone. We got a gas grill. We got smoke. You know, we got it going on out there, so that's really nice. We already had a couple barbecues with like family and stuff. It's cool.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, on our hiatus, I changed jobs. I still driving a truck, but it's just kind of a different version of that. Much better paying job, but the hours are way different. That was another thing that impacted our getting back to recording. Is my hours completely changed. Whereas I used to have every night free to like
Yeah.
maybe record. Now I have to go to bed super early. I have to get up at like 3 a.m. and just our schedules are not lining up because when it's 3 a.m. here, it's midnight there. So you're in a dead sleep when I do have time in the morning. And then by the time I'm working, then you're getting ready to go to work. And then, I get to work, you're still at work. So it was all fucked up. And then I figured out, we could probably record on Sundays during my drives to get my son. So hopefully this is going to work out for a recording schedule, at least for now.
Yeah.
I'd say so. In terms of training, I've changed some things, so I'm like not running like at all right now. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so like I'm not running at all right now. Okay, and it's not like a thing where I'm just done with running or anything, but I do want to scale it back. Even when I come back to running, I don't want to be running fucking marathons. I mean, I just don't. I'm not saying I'll never do one again, but it's like
it's a big commitment. That's a very big commitment.
It is, and it's like you can't really commit. You can if you don't have a life otherwise, but like you have to commit so many hours to running per week to stay in that kind of endurance shape. But then I also want to lift weights and stuff, and I just can't justify spending that much time away when I'm already working these long hours and everything. It's like I can't see putting 12 hours of fucking training in every week. I just can't. That's not fucking fair to anybody. Also, I honestly, I wouldn't be able to handle it. Like, I wouldn't be able to handle it and then still get up early, go to work. I wouldn't have the time in the day to do it. So, I'm prioritizing lifting again, solely. Like, I do very little cardio. Usually, if I do any, it's to warm up what I'm about to use. Like, I might walk on the stairs to warm up my glutes and stuff, like before I'm about to deadlift or squat or something like that. But other than that, I'm really not doing any cardio. And I'm just trying to get stronger, and I'm fucking eating more.
Did I lose you?
Plan on staying in a calorie surplus probably until sometime next year. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to put on some mass, but that's what I'm got going on in the gym. Now, something else, like, so much shit has happened in terms of like pop culture since we last talked. Like, holy shit, a lot has happened, dude. Like, fucking Deadpool and Wolverine, X-Men '97. I think maybe Dune 2 came out since we last.
Dune 2 was fucking hard, bro.
Yeah, dude. what else, dude? I feel like, I mean, Shia LaBeouf is back in the news. Like we had to come back, baby.
Bro, Shia LaBeouf is ready to take on like 5 dudes. I was like, fucking respect, Shia. Shit.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's such a staple to this podcast. Like we've been talking about Shia LaBeouf since like day one, and so that was just one more like reminder. Like you got to get back on the fucking podcast, man. Shia's in the news.
I don't know. I'm always the hater of Shia.
Yeah.
I'm with him on this one. Fuck that.
Yeah.
He was ready to get it on, bro. And it was no girls. It wasn't no weird shit. It was like some dudes were trying to run up and get done up, and he was like, "All right, boy, let's go." I was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck yeah, you've been hanging out with Barenthal. You grew a pair, Dougie."
Yeah. He's out there. Well, he is out there in Scotland. That's what too. It's like, you know, those dudes don't fuck around either. Those fucking Scottish fucks. They're like the
my wife's
Irish.
Scottish.
Like
She punched me in the face yesterday.
Yeah. But it was great because these guys are like fucking with him, you know, and he's just like, come on. And he throws his hat off and shit. He's about to take a bunch of dudes. It's like, all right, okay.
He's like, let's fucking go.
Well, it's crazy because I don't know if you know this, but since Shia's like trouble that he had just a couple years ago or whatever, we talked about it a lot on the podcast, but he's become like a born again Christian. He's like hardcore into God and stuff, and like supposedly turned over this new leaf. But you know, like, types like Shia, they go through phases of dealing with some shit. A lot of times that'll be short lived, and then you'll see him in the fucking tabloids again. But
you know, who am I to judge? Though? You know, he's fighting a good fight. Good for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think the guy has good intentions. I don't think he's doing it for like the publicity of it. I think he's legitimately, because he could have chosen another path besides Christianity. I don't think I don't think that's the coolest path to take. So, props to that. I think part of that came from working on a movie role. He was working on this movie role about this priest or something that he was going to play, and then I think it just led him to God, I guess. So, props to him. But it's funny to see him like about to get in a brawl, you know, when he's like this new Christian guy. So
yeah, but you know, I mean, Christian or not, you can't let fools back you down.
Yeah,
man, this new neighborhood. Okay, so speaking of fools that need to get beat up, this new neighborhood we moved to is supposed to be like a nicer neighborhood, right? Supposedly.
Yeah.
Like on paper, all the houses look nicer. You know, next door to a little restaurant, but also 1 block from 7-Eleven.
Okay. Yeah.
People have broken in, not like busted my windows, but in my other neighborhood, I lived in a cul-de-sac, and it was just, you know, all the neighbors were tight, and like I would just leave my car open. It didn't even matter. It was like nobody ever got in it, you know. Twice now, and I know like I should be locking my car. I'm aware. Yeah, and I'm better about it. I've missed a couple times, but I'm like, you know, way more on that now. But it's like, man, I'm gonna buy a Ring camera and I'm gonna buy a sniper rifle.
Yeah. I was gonna say, do you park in front of your house?
Well, it's like on the side of my house where the parking lot is, and it's right next to the alley. It's like if you leave the 7-Eleven and go in the alley, there's got to be a crack house around here somewhere because there's like a city foot of traffic, a little tweaker fucks walking by here. And yeah. I mean, and they're stupid because they didn't even steal anything. Like they just fucking throw my papers around and shit.
Yeah. That's they were looking for something specific, man. Cash or drugs or something. You know what I mean? Like
cash, drugs, phones, electronics.
Yeah.
They threw all my chargers and shit around. And then what's crazy is like my gym bag, which is no value to them other than the bag itself is like $80, but like, you know, I'm glad they didn't take it, but it was in the back seat. It had some badass Bluetooth headphones, fucking my regular like little cheapo headphones. But then it has like, you know, like $80 knee sleeves, fucking $80 belt, fucking $130 fucking squat shoes, fucking $50 deadlift shoes. Like, you know, I'm glad they didn't take any of that shit. But
yeah, we had the same fucking issue, man, at my house. Like people would go through and rummage through our shit. Usually nothing was gone, but they just make a mess of your fucking car. Like, But we got a fucking Ring camera, and now we're just obsessed with watching people on the Ring camera, because every time it goes off, like every time someone walks by, it's on like motion detector,
Yeah.
So every time someone walks by or the mailman comes or whatever, my wife's on that shit. She's like,
You're frozen, bro. Uh-oh. Did we lose the Brett? Might have lost the Brett.
I don't know what happened. I got disconnected for a minute.
Yeah, you there? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
You froze
You
and your face was like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What I wanted to say though is, yeah, we got a Ring camera now, and my wife is like obsessed with just like people watching and shit on there now. But dude, I was just speaking of things that happened since we last talked. Like, what about this fucking election, bro? Like, what the fuck, man?
Dude.
We got a new fucking Democratic nominee somehow. Fucking, there was nobody voted on it, but they put her in there.
Yeah,
fucking crazy. It's a crazy world.
They kind of just do what they want to do.
Yeah, and Trump's going to court like on a regular basis, and fucking.
I was an RFK guy, man, but then he kind of jumped on the Trump train. He's got Tulsi, what's her name?
Tulsi Gabbard, who's like, I fucking love her, dude.
Yeah.
I have a long time. When she was a Democrat, I was like, I'd vote for her. Like, I'd vote for her if she ran for the Democratic ticket, but they would never let her, dude. There's no way. So she left the Democrats, and now she's on the fucking Trump train. It's crazy. And he also got the fucking the chain.
The Cheney?
So we got the Cheneys fucking backing the Democrats, which is great. What's going on, man? What is happening? The Democrats seem like.
I know I should know that name, but who the fuck's Cheney? Wasn't that like a Bush cabinet guy?
He was Bush's vice president. And most people believe that he basically ran the show. Like, he's the reason we were fucking. Before he was vice president, he was like the owner of Halliburton or CEO of Halliburton, which is like.
Yeah.
It's a company that had military contracts. They made weapons. They made fucking weapons. And definitely profited off of wars, right?
Yeah, definitely the fucking military complex.
Yeah. So now you got Dick Cheney and his daughter, Liz Cheney, fucking like behind Kamala Harris. And then you've got Tulsi Gabbard, who was a Democrat, RFK, who was a Democrat, and both of them like anti-war. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're behind Trump. It's like, what are you gonna do? This is crazy.
And I know I have like one friend that's like all like hyped. Like the trucks with the Trump flags and all that happy shit,
Yeah.
Which, it's like, all right, bro, bumper sticker would suffice, but okay.
Yeah, it's a little much.
But my next door neighbors have like a whole banner on their fence, and it kind of goes like 4 inches onto my fence. And I don't. Who gives a fuck? Whatever, dude. But the like little piece of shit in me wants to go over there with scissors and like measuring tape.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a wild world we're living in right now, man. I don't know what to make of it. I feel like, you know what? I think, were we recording? We were. we were recording. We first started this podcast back during the last election, right?
Kamala Harris just seems so fake.
Yeah.
I was dreaded 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know who. I mean, I pride myself on voting third party, but like, who's the cool third? Who's the cool third party now? He fucking folded and went to Trump.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, RFK. Then that motherfucker keeps sending me emails from Team Kennedy, and I'm like, bitch, ain't no Team Kennedy now. You on Team Trump? Shut up.
Yeah. Well, supposedly he's staying on the ballot. So if you want to vote for him in Washington, you can. Like, because Washington's a liberal state, right?
Yeah.
So, well, it would only hurt the Democrats for you to vote.
I mean, you'd think that. I mean, like, yeah, the city center is, yeah. Or the state.
Well, that's
like,
what it is.
The capital is, like Seattle.
Which in turn makes the whole state.
So that, like, my town's pretty conservative.
Yeah, but your town doesn't. That's the thing about that's the thing about the way we're like organized as a country is like you've got so many people in that big city that your state is fucking extremely blue. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah,
and they wanted to make it 2 states because the west and east sides of the state, even though I'm still on the west side, but the east side is like all agricultural shit, you know, and the left side's like all like, you know, so yeah.
That's how I think that's how like most states are, to be honest. It's just that some states they have enough rural to make up for their big cities, but like even Ohio, so we are now a red state. We were always a swing state. We were like very purple for a long time. We like elections always hinged on Ohio, like big time. So, but now we're pretty fucking red. Even though if you go to Columbus, where I live, it's very fucking blue in Columbus. It's very blue up in Cleveland. It's very blue in Dayton. But there's enough people in like these other mid-sized cities like Springfield, where I grew up, and stuff like that, that are red, that it kind of overpowers the. But we have very, very different. Like Southern Ohio is way different than Northern Ohio. You know.
Yeah, I seen those boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel like that hurt his election chances though.
Having RFK?
No, that they shot him. Trump.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude. Like, if anything, it definitely helped him, I think. You know, there's tons of conspiracy theories around that too. Like, maybe they did it. Maybe it was an inside job to try to get people more on his side. Like, maybe it was the fucking Democrats trying to take him out. Like,
I know that's what I was thinking. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, but who fuck. And then I don't know the whole story, but then they found a listening device in his fucking one of his places. Like a couple of days ago, I was like, damn man, they're on some espionage, some inner espionage.
Yeah, well, supposedly they did that too back during the election with Hillary. Like they were doing the same shit. So it's wild, dude. It's wild.
Hillary in a dirty ass race.
Yeah, and then we got his vice president is from the great state of Ohio. Went to Ohio State University. So that's cool. I mean, a lot of people think he's weird or whatever. But what are you gonna do, man? He's from Ohio. Of course, he's
got
fucking
RFK
weird.
as his. He should have got RFK to be his fucking
VP.
He would have.
Yeah.
But he wants to be the smartest person in the room, though.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen if he's.
What's funny though, what's great about JD Vance is that he's a really good like debater and shit. Like he's really good with the shit that he says. He's really, really smart. went to whatever the fuck it was, Yale, went to Yale, and he went to Ohio State, then he went to Yale Law School, and but he grew up in fucking Middletown, which is like not that far from where I used to live. Like he, you know, a little fucking one of them towns that used to be kind of like an industry town where they had a big factory or a mill or whatever, and then it shut down, and then it becomes, you know how it becomes, fucking lots of drugs and just fucking poor and shitty.
Kind of like where I grew up.
Yeah, so
now we got the wine, baby. We got the wine.
So it's like, but it's funny too, because like one of the biggest like stabs against him from the Democrats right now is like that he's like, oh, he's fucking Yale, fucking, you know, fucking uppity motherfucker. It's like, yeah, but don't you want, like, he can't, he's literally like the American dream. He came from poor beginnings, like with a fucked up childhood, and then put himself through fucking Ohio State and Yale Law School, and now he's a vice presidential candidate. Like, what the fuck more you want from a motherfucker? Like, that's a fucking story right there. Didn't grow up in politics, you know, didn't have a rich dad or anything, so.
Yeah, it was good though.
Anyway, go ahead. What was you gonna say?
Yeah, fucking, that's wild. Wasn't there some? What the fuck was I gonna say? I had something funny. Oh, there's who's the dude that's gonna be vice president for Kamala?
Oh,
fuck, it's ringing on my fence.
What the fuck is his name?
I don't know.
Fuck.
I don't know, but they have name. Like his family is like not endorsing him. They have like t-shirts to say whatever, not for. Yeah, his own family's at the state fair of his town, and they got t-shirts that are like, "Don't vote for him."
Wow.
Dude, your own family? Like, I don't think about it. This is like his wife and kids, but like all his cousins and grandma.
Yeah, it is kind of wild. They paint him too as like this hometown fucking coach. They call him coach and shit. And he was like, they're just trying to make him like this typical Midwesterner type guy.
And he's like padded his like career, like his military stuff too.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
It's like, bro, you could just said I did this. Like, you're in the military. That's good enough.
Yeah. You can just be a military veteran. You don't have to be a war veteran, man. Like, people are still gonna thank you for your service. Just fucking take it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I did 20 fucking years in the, in the military. Like, okay, respectable.
Yeah. Dude, me and Kimberly went to Italy like 2 weeks ago. That was fucking
insane. Had to be insane. I from what you told me, you guys were like sick as fuck the whole time, which sounds fucking
Kimberly
miserable.
Was sick. I felt like shit, like a little bit, but Kimberly was like, she had like this really short turnaround. She was in Austin for a conference for work, and then was home for a day, and then we flew to Italy.
All right.
Mama wasn't feeling so hot. She snapped out of it like the first day by the time I got to Italy, because like getting to Italy is like a whole ass day.
I was gonna say that sucks for her, because it was like she really wanted to go there, right? Like was a place she wanted to go.
Yeah, she was like pumped once we got there. Like, we did all the shit. We went to the Trevi Fountain, the Pantheon, the fucking Sistine Chapel, the Vatican,
Colosseum,
Tower, Colosseum, Piazza, Spanish Stairs. You name it. We ate all the food. We went to this on one of the tours we did. We went to this Tuscany little farm where they do like wine and meat, and I had like a literal taste of wine because I wanted to taste the Italy wine, but I didn't get drunk or nothing. I was like literally like the smallest taste. But yeah, that was it was good. It was fucking delicious. It was awesome. But I was like, that's all I want. I don't want to like get myself in trouble. I'm not fucking gonna go back down a little rabbit hole.
Yeah, you're trying to fucking pull a Shia LaBeouf in fucking Italy. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm killing it. I'm fucking killing it. I've been sober as fuck. You know what I did? And you can make fun of me if you want, but you know what I do like is
That's
non-alcoholic
good.
beers. Non-alcoholic beers are fucking all right. It's funny that you froze because it makes you feel like really judged. But anyway, I digress. I was in Italy and fucking their food is so fucking good, and it's like the same price or a little cheaper than ours. Like this pizza that we had was like, what the fuck, good. It didn't, and it's like they don't. It's not the same like as pizza here. It's very, it's like thin. And they'll have like one topping and like cheese and like ricotta or something on it. It's very nice. How about this? Like this sausage was fucking bomb from that same place, and then this truffle sauce that was like fucking next level. Yeah, and then we went to this like kebab place that was like literally like a block away from our Airbnb.
Yeah.
And that was fucking smacking. But yeah, Kimberly did buy a bottle of that wine and she drank it, but that's all right.
Now tell me, because I saw you posted online, you got a little hot take on art.
Yeah.
Art.
Okay,
Van Gogh.
so this is in comparison to everything that I saw in Italy.
Yeah.
Da, Leonardo da Vinci, is it Da Vinci? His paintings ain't really all that, bro.
No. You said Van Gogh's art wasn't.
Oh, Vincent Van Gogh. That's what
Yeah.
I mean. Sorry, Vincent Van Gogh. Like they're not bad, but like you see this shit on the walls, and it's just like this is way fucking better.
Yeah. So you saw it was like Michelangelo, right? You saw the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah, Sistine Chapel. Fucking insane. The whole Vatican, you look up, it's like, what the fuck? Like every wall, every detail is, and they got all these like fucking statues. They've got mummies. Everything, bro.
Crazy.
At the Colosseum, they have an arch. Whenever they are victorious, the Romans, right, they would build an arch. And this arch depicts them enslaving the Jews and stealing their Jesus monies or their God monies to build the Colosseum. And they enslaved them for 1,000 Jews for 8 years to build the Colosseum.
Wow.
I knew the Romans were like kind of fucked up, but damn. And then it makes you think, no wonder Mussolini was like, yeah, let's do that again. During World War II. And then they like added on bricks and like tried to like fix the Colosseum a little bit. The fascists did.
Yeah.
And the guy's pointing that out. He's like, we're gonna restore the power of Rome. I was like, the country's not really that big anymore, bro.
No, and like, what are you gonna do? You gonna fire up the Colosseum again? You gonna start having death fucking battles? Yeah, like what are you doing?
That'd be
yeah.
It'd
be pretty fucking cool, man.
I mean, honestly, they flooded the Colosseum would like reenact like naval battles. That's crazy. See, they're coming out like Gladiator 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna do that in that movie.
And I gotta say, at first I was like, you know what? Why? I mean, Gladiator is such a perfect fucking movie, dude. Like, why ever fuck with that? Why try to do a sequel to that? The movie was about the guy, and he ends up dying at the end, and it's like, why would you try to make one of these sequels with another character? But the cast is pretty incredible, so I feel like those people wouldn't be involved if it wasn't gonna be pretty fucking fire. Like, it's got to have an awesome story and script behind it, or it wouldn't be being made.
Sorry, still getting over a flu.
Did you see that? I want to say it, but I mean no offense when I say this, but it's just a callback to one of our old episodes. Did you see Fat Russell Crowe was on Rogan?
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but yeah, I did. Fat Crow.
Fat Russell Crowe, man. No, he was on Rogan. It was a pretty good episode, man. It's pretty.
I've been listening to some Rogan. You know what I've been obsessed with?
What?
Kill Tony.
Oh yeah, I listen to that sometimes.
That is so good.
It's pretty fucking
Casey
funny.
Rocket.
Yeah, it's fun how they do that. And, yeah, they have like people just come up and give like what 30 seconds or whatever,
okay,
1 minute.
so if you're not familiar with the show, it's Tony Hinchcliffe Barn Red Band. There's a band in the back. They have a bucket with like 200 plus names of people that want to come up and do 1 minute of uninterrupted stand up. And they have
they usually have like a
guest.
celebrity get. They usually have like a celebrity guest on the panel too.
Yeah, almost every episode, or literally every episode. And then they have some regulars, like guys that kill it all the time, and they kind of sprinkle those in to make sure there's some good comedy in the show. So they just did Madison Square Garden, and they had like a bucket with like legends in it as well. So they had like Big Jefferson, Jim Norton, and then they had regulars, and then there's so many funny people on that show. And then the panel was like Shane Gillis and Joe Rogan. So that was a good one, the MSG, because it's like that one was behind a paywall until like I think yesterday I watched it on YouTube. But yeah,
I like Shane Gillis a lot. I want to ask you though, did you check out Rogan's latest special?
I did, and a lot of people didn't care for it.
Yeah,
I don't think this is best for it, but I don't think it's bad. But it was also live, so there's no cleanup.
Right.
There's no editing. There's no cleanup. This is just a live comedy show.
Yeah, a lot of times when they do their specials too, they record 2 shows.
Yeah,
and then
they get the best.
And then they like splice them together and do the best best versions of each into one. But yeah, that's one thing. And I'd say I watched it too. It wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't his best. It wasn't his best fucking special that I've watched.
I think Strange Times is his best.
But to be honest, if I'm being really real here, I love Joe Rogan as a podcaster.
Yeah, I think his podcast.
He's nowhere near. He's nowhere near my favorite comedian. Like not even fucking top 10.
I think like the best comedian in the world right now is David Tell.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know, man.
I've seen Burr. I've seen Segura. I've seen Jay Okerson. I've seen Dan Cummins. I've seen David Tell. I was fucking laughing non-stop from start to like. As soon as you think you're gonna quit laughing, he'll hit you with another fucking line. Like there's like Segura's show was better because the production value is so big, and Segura has a very good style of like where he builds and builds, but it's like David Tell just has like all these little jokes that wind into each other, and his crowd work's on point. And I'm partial because I met him, and he's like after the show, he's just like nonchalantly smoking a cigarette. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like bullshitting with him. I was like, "What the fuck? This is super surreal," But no, in my opinion, and it's like this is like as far as like the skill of stand-up, not putting on a show. I don't think there's anybody funnier than David Tell right now.
All right. Maybe I'll give him another look, because the last thing I watched with him is when he was doing that dual thing. He was doing that.
The bumping mics.
Yeah, bumping mics. Yeah, it's the last thing that I really watched these.
Yeah.
Which was funny, but it was funny, but it was kind of like it was kind of like old school like comedy, like ba-dum, like
his set though was just so fast, and it's like, does anybody like? And it's funny because we were like in the front. Kimberly got good seats, and we were in the front. And I'm not gonna lie, we're actually both pretty faded, but because if you go up front, they make the drinks like tough, and so I was a little inebriated, but there's like any girls like sex toys, and Kimberly's like, woo! He's like, hey, love your podcast, like like he had some girl from the crowd like with this. Her boyfriend was like this big gorilla, looked like me if he was like 6'8", like, and she's trying to like proposition him to go home with her in front of the boyfriend, and He's like, all right, we got to stop or security's going to have you go because I am not fighting your boyfriend. Because David Tell's like small, like shorter than me, dude. And I'm like 5'6".
Yeah.
But no, I think he's the funniest stand-up right now. Fastest than anybody.
I'm going to have to check out some of his specials then.
But like, Shane Gillis is fucking hilarious. Yeah. Tom Segura is fucking hilarious. Like all the people that you'd say are great. But I just think as far as like joke writing consistently, like making you laugh the whole time, it's like getting tickled, like torture tickled when you're watching his stand-up.
Gotcha.
Like my ribs hurt. I was like, oh my God, that was fucking funny, dude. And like I was talking about this last night, and even Kimberly was like, yeah, he is fucking a monster. I think we talked for like $40 each.
I don't think we talked the last this, but Nick Thomas, comedian, gave me tickets to his show in Columbus when he came through,
yeah.
And I didn't talk about that, did I? Because I don't think that was. Yeah, I think that was while we were on hiatus.
I think you told me you were going.
It was like an all Irish show. So
how was that?
Irish show. Especially like, so the guy that invited me to the show, we met through like the Marvel Plus podcast and stuff like that. He's a big comic book nerd, comic movie nerd, and he's an Irish comedian. He's got a podcast called Cheaper Than Therapy. If people want to check that out, it's pretty entertaining. But his stand-up comedy is quite a bit different than his podcast. Like his podcast is him just ranting, and a lot of it is like political shit and bullshit that's going on in the media, like a lot of that. And he's fucking hilarious. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. I am so sorry for that terribly recorded episode. We're gonna work on not making that an issue going forward. But I did warn in the beginning that it could possibly be an episode that was cut short. So we are so happy to be back. We are so excited to be recording again. I can't wait till next week's episode. There's just so much to catch up on that I don't even know if we can. Like, I don't even know if we can. We're gonna miss a lot of shit that happened since February, guaranteed. But we'll do our best. And really, when it comes to the pop culture stuff, it's usually current event stuff anyway, so you'll get a ton of that. And obviously, the workout shit, we always include where we're at in our journeys and stuff like that. I'd love some feedback, too. Like, where are you guys at workout-wise? Do you work out? Is this, like, I wonder sometimes, like, people that listen to the podcast, like, are they people who work out and stuff, too, or do they skip over that beginning kind of intro portion of the podcast when we're talking about our current workout routines and stuff like that, and diet and all that? Do people skip over that and go right to the pop culture stuff, or are you here for the whole ride? Anyway, reach out, let us know. You can put comments on Spotify underneath if you're listening or watching, and then also on YouTube. You can always go check out the if you're not watching this, go check it out on there's a Long Lost Brothers YouTube channel. Just search Long Lost Brothers, and also my personal my personal channel, Daily BS. I always drop them over there as well. So go watch the video version; they're a lot more fun. You can see how we interact with one another and such. But then also it gives you an opportunity to like and subscribe and comment underneath. So at certain portions of the video. So please go do that. We love getting feedback. I'd love to know, like I said, the question that I asked about when are people tuning in? What are you skipping? And what do you want more of? Because we will do it. You want more Kurt's Got Questions? I'm sure Kurt is raring to go after over half a year of sitting around twiddling his thumbs, waiting for us to ask him if he has any questions. So, and then if you want some segments that maybe we don't already do, fucking let us know. We'll do it. But anyway, thank you so much for coming back after all this time. We're happy to be here. Can't wait to record more. And
don't know, man. I just feel like I feel a new, like reinvigorated to get recording this podcast again. Thank you guys so much. Follow the Facebook page, Long Lost Brothers on Facebook. I think we're on Instagram too, but I'm pretty sure Jesse doesn't even know how to log into that anymore, so we might have to start a new Instagram page. Anyway, thanks again, and we'll catch you in the next one. Later.